Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Do you have some 3x3 sticky notes? If you do, today we're going to make the cutest 3x3 sticky note holder. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers. Thank you all so much for the wonderful ways in which you've been supporting me and my channel. And thank you so much to everyone who's made a donation to my channel after grabbing some of the free downloads that I have on my website. That certainly helps, so thank you so much. Today I have another awesome project for you. We're going to make this really cute 3x3 sticky note holder, and I'll give you a closer look at it in just a minute. But y'all know what time it is? It's time to make it. Alright y'all, so here is a closer look at today's awesome project. When finished, the actual holder will be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and mine is 3/4 of an inch deep, but yours might differ in size depending on the size of your sticky notes, and I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. But isn't this just adorable? And if you want this particular look, you can head out to my website. You can download this paper as well as the inside liner paper, absolutely free. For those of you who'd like to make a donation to the channel or tip the channel, that's appreciated as well. But even if you're not able to, you can still grab this for free. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this, but look at how simple your materials list is for this particular project. So these are the two downloadables. You'll print these out on 8.5 by 11 inch paper. This one is already cut and measured for your 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch pieces of chipboard. So your chipboard will fit on here exact. I have not cut the liner piece down exact because that's going to depend on the placement that you do as well as the size of the spine that you might choose to use on your project. So you'll cut the liner piece down to the size that you need it to be, but you will have this sheet of inside liner to be able to cut down. And then I have my chipboard pieces. I have two pieces that measure 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I am using a spine that measures 5/8 by 3 1/4. Your spine is going to depend on how wide your sticky notes are. So go ahead and measure how wide that is, and that is the size spine that you will need to cut out. So y'all, this is going to be a very, very quick project. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut out my jacket cover. And so for those of you who might not want to use the digital papers, or you might have a special paper that you want to use, cut your paper at 9.5 by 5. And that'll give you everything you need to be able to make the jacket for your project. So now that I have my jacket, I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape from my chipboard pieces. And once I have the tape off of my pieces, all I'm going to do is flip this over, and when you hold it up, you can actually see your image on the inside, that bird image. I am just going to take this piece and place it down on the bird like that, because I want the bird as centered as possible on the front. So now I'm going to take my spine and I'm going to place it down with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So now I'm going to stand this up, and we are just going to fold over like this. And then I'm going to take my finger blade and just go in and miter my ends like this. I'm going to remove just a little bit of this because I don't need all of it. Now I'm going to take my tape and go ahead and place some tape there. We'll fold over, bring in my big old spatula, get that nice and stuck, Then we'll go to the opposite end, place that tape, get that nice and stuck, and we just do this on all 4 sides. So I can use tape here for my tape runner because I'll have this sandwiched in with that liner piece anyway. So let's fold that piece over. Go ahead and get that nice and stuck. And now we have that liner piece. This is the front. And this time I have decided that I'm going to use some crinkle seam binding to tie this off to close it. I'm going to bring in my liner paper and I'm going to decide which color blue I want to use. All of these seam bindings are from My Scrap Cabin Shop, and I'll have her linked in the description box below. I talked about her the other day, and you can see that I'm able to get some really good matches from these blues, and I think the blue that I'm going to go with is going to be this one. So My Scrap Cabin Shop, make sure you check her out. The link will be in the description box below. I am going to go ahead and just grab some tape and take this tape and I'm going to place it down right here in the middle like this so that I can lay down my crinkle seam binding. So I'm just going to peel away that tape backer. Then we're going to take this crinkle seam binding and just place it in our tape like this. I could have just placed a small piece here, a small piece there, but I went with placing the whole thing down. So now I'm going to take some of my glue and I'm going to place some glue here because I like to make sure that my ribbon or crinkle seam binding does not come undone. I don't like it pulling away. And by undone, I don't mean the quality of the crinkle seam binding. I just mean that when we fold over, it won't pull away from the paper. And so now we need to determine how wide our liner needs to be. So I'm going to place this back in my trimmer, and you can see that this is 7 5/8. I'm going to reduce it by 1/4. So I'm going to make it 7 3/8. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim away some of this. And I'll trim this down to 7 3/8. So I know that my chipboard is 3 1/4 inches square. I want to reduce that by 1/4 of an inch. So I'll have a liner piece that is 7 3/8 by 3 inches wide. So that is how you determine the size liner that you need. You take your piece, place it in, and then reduce it this way by 1/4 of an inch and reduce it this way by 1/4 of an inch. And then you're going to have a liner piece that should fit exact. And I'm just going to go ahead and use tape and I'm going to place it on the liner, just going straight across twice because I'm using my 1.5 inch tape. So that's going to give me some really good coverage on this. So you definitely want to place down your ribbon or crinkle seam binding before you place the liner. So now I'm just going to get that nice and stuck. Now let's go ahead and peel away the backer sheet from our tape. Now we can take this piece and we're going to place it down like so. And you can see how well that fits. So now we're just going to make sure that we have a nice stick on this. And I'll work my spine to make sure that my spine is very agreeable and defined. So now I have my sweet little book. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I know that if you download this pattern, you're going to love it because it is very unusual, but it's custom created just for you. So now I can take my notepad or sticky notepad, whichever one you're using. I am going to add some glue because y'all, for me, this is a one and done. And I'm going to take this, we're going to put it down. Make sure that you don't get the glue in your spine. When you have it the way that you want, just lift up and get it nice and stuck. And there is our sweet little book. I'm going to go ahead and just open this because I have a little bird that I'm going to place on the inside like that. You can add a pocket if you want, but I'm just going to add a bird. Like that. Make sure you head out to my website because you can grab this for free. And there it is, y'all. It is absolutely adorable. I'm going to go ahead and just tie off my crinkle seam binding so that you can see how gorgeous this is. I'm not pulling that crinkle seam binding too tight just yet because my glue might not be completely dry. And like I said, I don't want it separating. And now I'm just going to trim away just a little bit of that. But y'all, isn't that lovely? If you have some 3x3 notepads or 3x3 sticky notes, this is the perfect way to be able to use them. Just go out there and download the customized cover for this. It's going to fit if you cut your chipboard at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then the spine will depend on you. And then you just need to cut out your liner using the liner sheet that will also be provided. Y'all, these will be fantastic on your craft fair table or in your Etsy store, or keep them or give them as a gift. Either way, I hope that you have enjoyed this super awesome project. It is stinking cute. If you have enjoyed this, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. Y'all, we do it like no other. I promise you that. As always, my friends, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.